All right, here we go. Gotta be honest with you guys, I was not expecting it to be this cold or windy. It's not what they said. Last time I checked the forecast, it was supposed to be more sunny than this. Right now it's pretty cloudy. And it was supposed to be about 5 degrees warmer and calm. Instead, I get out here and it's windy, it's cold, it's cloudy. Looks like the sun is trying to break through. I will say one thing though, the water is a lot clearer today. This pond's kind of weird. It's so small and it's you know, real close to a bunch of homes, so if people are fertilizing, you can have an algae bloom in here almost overnight. So you never know day to day what you're going to get with this pond. As far as this pond goes, I mean, the water couldn't be clearer. I feel like a shad color. Oh, got bumped. Oh, there it is. That's a good one. That's a good one. There we go. There we go. There we go. That is a good one. Quite a bit bigger weight-wise than, I mean, yeah, it is. Quite a bit heavier than some of the other bass I've been catching, so that's good. That's still a small bass, but I want to say that's, I don't know, anywhere from 11 to 13 inches long. About a pound too, so I would say he's about a pound. Beautiful fish. Nice and fat. That's what I don't understand about this pond. The catfish here look emaciated and the bass are fat. And the bluegill are healthy. Let's get this guy back in. This is a chunk. Look at that, guys. He's been hooked before. Look at that. That hole right there is my doing. But look at that. Another hole right there. So, this bass has been hooked recently. He's about a pound. I could tell by just the fighting he put up that he was a lot heavier than some of the other ones. Good healthy fish. Let's get you back in. Let's see. Right here. Good clear water too. There he goes. Wow. Took off like a rocket. Good healthy fish. That 2-pounder may have very well been the bass that I put in here last year. I put a bass in here last year that was about that size. I slayed it last year, man. I caught so many big bass, and they were big bass. Like every bass I was catching was at least 1.5 pounds or bigger, including I caught about an 8-pounder one day on a live bluegill. And that same day I caught a big 3-foot-long spotted gar, so that was a really good day for me. I'm gonna have to get a fishing license here soon and do it again, because in about a month the temperature of the water will start going up. And when it does, the bass fishing will pick up at the lakes, and I mean to tell you, man, Lake Louisville's got some huge bass in it. Oh wow. It looks like a military plane. This is probably the worst spot in the pond to fish, because if you hook one, how are you going to land it? You just better hope it's not a big one. There's a fish. Oh! What? Little bitty guy. Oh my God, he swam right at me. I thought he came off. Actually, he's not that little. About the same size as the first one. Just a little smaller, but I cannot believe that. I thought he came off, you guys. I thought I lost the fish because he swam right at me. I couldn't feel him anymore. That is the weirdest thing. The fish swam right towards me. So for like 3 seconds, I couldn't feel anything on the line. I was like, oh my God, he got off. That's it, man. I'm getting a third one today. Today's the day. Today is the day, and I want a big one. Send me yo mama. But seriously though, I mean, look at the health of this fish. So the catfish in this pond are skinny, they're diseased, but look at the bass. That is a healthy bass. He's gonna be a big one day. Here we go. Clear water, so pretty. There he goes. I cannot believe that bass swam right at me though. I was like, holy crap, I lost him. I didn't feel anything on the line. I've never had that happen before. Every time I've ever hooked a fish, they swim away from me. I've always wondered, like, why is that? Why do bass never, or fish in general, when you hook them, why do they never swim towards you? Always away from you. That was a first. I'm not gonna lie, that was kind of weird, but I've always wondered that, like, is it just not possible? Can they not swim towards you when you hook them? I mean, if you're a fisherman, you probably know what I'm talking about. I mean, when you hook a fish, they never swim towards you. You know, I mean, if you're fishing on a boat, maybe they do. I've seen them swim under the boat, but that was a first. The bass fishing at this pond right now, though, is wicked. It's sick. And they're not biting anywhere else. I don't know what it is. Must be all the steroids in the water. These bass are hungry. I do think that having a drain like this one at this pond probably does help clean the water out a little bit, because swamps, for whatever reason, have a lot of floating debris and stuff like that. Like algae that floats on the surface, scum, oil that floats on the surface. So having an in and an out like this should clear up most of the floating debris. So that plays a role for sure in cleaning up the water. That's also part of the reason why this pond has probably never been taken over by duckweed. But that drain is always flowing, always. Some days more than others, but it's always got some flow to it. There's so much, we've had so much rain, there's so much groundwater seeping in that even if it doesn't rain again, that thing's gonna be flowing like that for a while. My only problem with the drain is that, in my opinion, it should have been about 3 feet higher. I mean, because look at the dam. I mean, the water level is at least 4 feet under that dam. And with a drain this big, you don't have to worry about it ever flooding. So, I mean, they could have at least made the pond a little deeper. It's kind of a bummer, but whatever. That's the case with a lot of these ponds around here. They always put the drain too damn low. And it's funny because they hate swamps. They don't like having snake problems. They don't like having all these lily pads and crap take over ponds. But then they put the drain so low. It makes it like a swamp. You know, it's so shallow. I could walk across this pond. No way. Rattle trap is not going to work at this pond. The first cast I snagged a branch. I'm having to reel so fast just to keep it off the ground. There's no way a slow winter bass is going to catch up to it, but the color's perfect. I mean, it looks just like a shad. This pond's just too shallow, man. I have to reel way too fast. That's it. I could not get a third one. You see my lure right here. Thanks for watching.